Hi, I'm Richard Petty. I may be champion on the racetrack, but what I'm most proud of is being a champion of veterans like Chris Hull. Chris was injured while serving in the Army.
Because of the Paralyzed Veterans of America, I was able to get the health care and benefits I need. And now I live an active life. I currently play wheelchair rugby for the only all-veteran team in the country and mentor other veterans with disabilities when I can.
More than 44,000 veterans live with spinal cord injuries and disease. Paralyzed Veterans of America help these veterans secure health care, benefits, and jobs.
The programs and services at the Paralyzed Veterans of America, like adaptive sports, have changed my life. After my injury, I never thought I'd play sports, travel the world, or have so many people supporting me. Paralyzed Veterans of America has given me a support system for life.
To learn how you can join me and be a champion for veterans like Chris, visit pva.org/champions.
Hi everybody, I'm Teri Stiles and I'm back in the office with Jack Curtis today, and he's got a busy day, so we're going to talk fast, but I have a couple questions for him, but I'm going to let Jack start this one. This is our monthly meeting. Jack, thanks for having us here. I know you have a busy day. I want to talk about roads, but I know you have things you want to talk about too, so you tell me what we should talk about.
Well, you want to talk about roads?
I
Oxford
do.
Township has 45 miles of dirt road
That's a
that we have to maintain with the Road Commission of Oakland County.
Mm-hmm.
You know, with the old saying, we don't own a road, but we own citizens who live on their roads.
And
Part
they're
of my
paying
job
taxes.
is to interface between them.
Mm-hmm.
Naturally, there's a Road Commission number and a website to go out and put complaints on for dirt roads, grading, chloriding, and such. But here at the township, we put a lot of emphasis on our dirt roads. We chloride a minimum of 5 times a year.
Wow.
So that means we get a minimum of 5 gradings
Good.
and 5 chloride applications. And there is a move afoot with Eagle to eliminate a lot of that chloriding. Eagle is Environmental Great Lakes and
Yeah.
Energy. They don't like the brine going into the ditches. So we have a double-edged sword. We fight,
Yeah.
we fight, we fight. This year, Oxford is spending close to $113,000 on gravel. One road we're doing is Hummer Lake Road from right about the Pease organization right down to Metamora Road.
It needs it in there.
Yes.
That's kind of a swampy area, right?
It is a low area. We've addressed the draining in that area, along with Levy and the Road Commission. We've got the water going off the roads now, so
Beautiful.
it's been great. We're going to gravel them this year.
Nice.
Metamora Road from M24 to M24. There's a loop
Right.
in there that services a lot of our industry, and we're going to take care of that one. Granger Road between Dunlap and Coates Road. We did Coates. We did Granger Road last year from Coates to Baldwin. This year doing
Oh, got it, yeah.
Coates to Dunlap.
Nice.
Newman Road. I know you have an interest in Newman Road.
Yeah.
We are doing the Oxford side of Newman Road, and the Orion Township Supervisor is going to do the Orion side of Newman Road. So hopefully the application of gravel and chloride on these roads will bring them a little better up to snuff for our residents.
Well, that's not really the only road that you share partnership, right, with the other
Correct.
communities. There's Indian Lake Road. Do we have anything to do with that, or is that Addison Township?
Indian
Part
Lake
of it's
Road
Addison,
is
right?
part of it's Addison, part of it's
Oxford.
Orion, part of it's Oxford.
Yeah, right. So
So
thank
we-
you for working with those other communities, because
We do.
Yes, I do have a interest on Newman Road. How far does that go? Does that go beyond? Does Oxford Township go beyond that? The golf course?
No, it does not.
Okay, so-
it's roughly stops at the golf course.
Okay, all right.
Yes.
So good. That's wonderful for the people that live down there.
It is,
Hello.
and we just the Road Commission of Oakland County just milled and repaved Drainer Road from M24 to roughly Clear Lake Elementary School. So that was done.
So when you put the gravel on the roads, what does that do? How does that
What
help 'em?
happens, years of grading and driving, the gravel, the rocks get dissipated amongst the shoulders, it gets put out in the ditches.
swamps.
So it brings gravel and aggregate back to the road. Gravel and aggregate are cemented together, if you will, with clay, and it's a mixture of about there's a secret formula at the road
right.
commission.
Sure.
So they bring that gravel in to build the road back up
Nice.
and build the base
And
back
keep
up.
that mud out of there.
Right.
Okay. Well, thank you for doing that.
Oh, you're welcome.
And I know a lot of people, the thing about this community is it does have a lot of rural. I didn't know it was 45
Yeah, it's 45 miles.
That's fantastic.
I've built a relationship with the Road Commission of Oakland County
Thank you.
Superintendent and foreman in our area. He was just in our office last week, and we were talking about unique, specific things that even residents complain. We address each and every one of them.
Very good.
Yep.
Wow, you're a busy guy. What's next on your list?
Well, this past Sunday, Oxford, Oxford Township was involved with the kickball tournament down in Orion Township. We supported kicking for a cause.
Beautiful.
All entry fees and monies collected went towards the Miracle Field in Orion Township.
Oh, nice.
The Miracle Field
Yeah.
allows children with special needs to become involved in baseball, and it's really a cool event.
That's all at Friendship Park, right?
The Friendship
Yeah,
Park,
very
right, on
nice.
Baldwin and
Yeah.
Clarkston Road.
Do you have a total as to what you raised that day, or not yet?
No, it hasn't been totaled out yet.
Yeah,
Chris,
okay.
Chris did announce that Rochester Hills won the tournament. I don't know what they did with the funding. The winnings can go to a charity of your choice. I know last year they donated it back. I don't know what they did
Wonderful.
with it this year.
We'll find out.
So, yeah, we lost.
Well.
We played 3 games. We won 1 and we lost 2.
There you go.
And
Well,
each one,
each
we
one
got to
won.
remember we're playing for charity and fun, but
that's right.
I still wanted to call foul for all the firefighters, parks employees, Oakland County Sheriff, and our township employees that played a good 3 games of kickball
Hardball. Yeah.
for charity.
Well,
Yep.
there's that competition spirit that you have as well, so that's good.
There is.
Bravo.
There really
Thank
is.
you for doing that.
Yesterday, working on the subcommittee to the Standard Advisory Committee to the Certificate of Need Commission.
Good. Okay. I was waiting. to
I've
talk
been
about
assigned to determine travel times and mileages between hospitals
Beautiful.
and what to do with keeping existing hospitals in place, but making known what the travel time between these hospital entities are, and looking at the formulas and the software that they use to determine mileage between points and travel times. For example, 17 miles to a McLaren hospital in Pontiac, 17 miles to a McLaren hospital in Pontiac or Lapeer.
Right.
So what that means is 17 miles. Well, what time of day?
Different traffic
Exactly.
patterns.
At
Sure.
3 o'clock in the afternoon, going south.
Oh, goodness.
It's still as tough as it is, but they have to understand at the state level, this is taking our ALS and EMT firefighters out of our community for almost 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
It's not just the travel time;
Right.
it's the impact on our community. So I've been assigned to that committee, and our grants and communications manager, CJ Carnacchio, and my executive assistant, Danielle Smith, are all working on that team to bring it to fruition or not on how to change
I
methodology.
love that. That's really smart.
Yeah, we're
Are
working on
you
it.
also doing, like, can you do drone work with that and show the traffic patterns?
Well, that's one of the considerations. Sure, it's 17
Good.
miles.
Yeah.
17 miles to where and when.
Yeah.
That's the impact.
And you've got to have that visual of the stop and go on M24, no matter what time of day it is.
Exactly.
But if you're talking 5 o'clock trying to go north on 24, good luck.
Exactly.
Especially with 75 shut
where
down.
these hospitals are in their communities, they have time that they have to get other patients in and out of, so it has to all be considered.
So, okay, keep going.
We're just working on the certificate of need in local area of access for Oxford to try to get us an acute care hospital.
And so do you have another date set before you to be able to go lobby or speak with their
July
committees?
July 13th and August 10th are the next two meetings.
Good.
But there's one in between in Lansing that we'll be going up to plead our case, if you will.
Again. Yeah.
Again.
And so, just a quick question. Even though we have emergency centers, they're not critical care criteria.
We have
worthy,
urgent
right?
care center.
Right, okay,
There's
wrong word.
many
Yeah.
different levels of care
Right.
that the state allows a hospital, if you will.
To be
Acute
served.
care is a hospital where you go in for a surgery or treatment and you stay many nights overnight in the hospital.
Okay.
Emergency care, you can go to and spend 23 hours and 59 minutes, and then you have to be transferred to an acute care. As people see in the community today, Oxford is welcoming McLaren, 55,000 square foot emergency care.
Which is almost like a triage, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, they can stop bleeding. They can
Got it.
prescribe some sort of stabilization and then transport.
Got it.
They can do observation for
hospital.
20 hours, but still not a hospital where you have to
Right.
go and spend a couple few days in.
Right, right.
Yep.
Which we do need. I know.
Yes, we do. And this will be the first one in Oxford. Once it's done, they'll tear the old building down. We'll have a new modern facility with a pharmacy, an oncology center, electronic imaging, including CAT scans. So we are getting better medical
Getting there.
facilities here in Oxford.
Okay. Yeah, right. Otherwise, we would have had to travel even to Lake Orion just to get the
Beaumont.
radiology. Yeah.
Right, exactly. So we'll have
Not
this.
that easy for some folks.
It is not. It
We
is
have a
not.
lot of
And
seniors in this
people have to
community.
understand it's a load on even our NODA buses
Yes,
taking people
right.
down there. So hopefully this will take it down a notch for our residents.
Everybody, right.
Exactly.
Thank you for doing that.
Well, it's a lot of work and ancillary things from working on the certificate of need bring the awareness to these hospital groups.
Mm-hmm.
As you're aware, or may not be, we have 3 hospital groups that own major pieces of property
Yes, I am aware.
here in Oxford, and this is phase 1, if you will, for McLaren. Corwell owns another,
Yeah.
and so does Ascension. So they know we have a need.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
convincing it, that's still my job to do.
Are they helping at all? Do they also go lobby, or how does that work for them?
Their lobbying has to be done
Independent.
quietly and independently,
Okay.
not in these committees.
Okay.
They can bring forth data and fact,
Okay.
but they can't really lobby for it
Got it.
because if they get one, I want one. You
Yeah,
get one, I
right.
get one. It's a big political game, and
Yes, of course it is.
I'm sitting here in the middle of it going, I don't care.
Just want
Get
to
me
help.
something. Exactly.
Yeah, our events in the last couple of years should prove that to everybody. But anyhow,
Yes,
we
yeah.
can move on because
Certainly.
we could beat that subject up for sure.
We do.
And what else are we going on? Is going on here?
A lot of planning for the future.
Good.
Water and sewer infrastructure.
Very good.
Currently, we are operating on a 20-year plan. We just completed one of the 2 of the last 5 major infrastructure additions to Oxford, and that is the water main connection on Drainer Road, the east-west loop there. That's a 16-inch water main. It was about 2,500 feet to get integrity into our water system. Planned 20 years ago. We just got it done. We also finished, we should have back online filter vessel number 4, which filters the iron and the arsenic out of the water.
Very good.
So that's all rebuilt. All 4
Nice.
vessels will be up and running in July. So we still have others that we're working on. One is
So the
another.
cost of those projects, sorry to interrupt, comes from the water line item, right?
Yes.
It's not anything extra. It's
No,
not a
it's
special
it's-
assessment district.
Nope, it's all the water users. It's in the cost of your water
already
bill.
there.
You
Yeah.
know, we do rate reviews for water bills
Mm-hmm.
based on the needs of the water system and to provide water for the community. Naturally, these repairs need to be done. We have to build integrity into our system by closing loops and things
Sure.
on
Right.
our system. But then we have to look into the future uses also.
Yeah, you do.
We are planning right now a well site, another filtration plant.
Really?
Well, our system has grown, and
Yeah.
so has our community.
Sure.
So we are looking at that in the near future.
Is that already on property that we have, or is that built into that plan?
Currently,
Purchasing
right
the
now,
property?
it is not on property we own.
Okay.
But we have agreements with some of property owners
Beautiful.
to easement us a section of land
Nice.
for a water treatment plant.
Very good.
Yeah.
That is planning
Well,
ahead.
it's, working with our community, our
Yeah,
residents,
sure.
and trying to get the best cost and
Very
the best
good.
bang for our dollar to provide the services we need. Water, Oxford owns its own water system.
Right.
What we don't own is the sewer system, and we're at the mercy
true, yeah.
of the Great Lakes Water Association in Detroit. So all of the sewage that goes through the sewers from Oxford all the way to the
way down.
Connors Water Treatment Plant. It may go through Pontiac Diversion. It may go through the Oakland Macomb Interceptor. All of that stuff down there. For example, in 2024 and 2025, they're bonding $4.5 million worth of infrastructure preventative maintenance, if you will. That's Oxford's share of a larger $40 million project.
Wow.
So, yeah,
Okay, that's good to know.
Our sewer users pay a rate right now. Our rate is of the lowest in the county.
Yeah, it's not huge, I remember.
It is. It's $110 a quarter for a sewer user. However, like communities with like sewer, it's upwards of 200.
Right.
So as we get to close the gap on these bonds and things, we have to prepare you for a sewer increase over the next 5 years.
And your bond rating is perfect.
It is.
Yeah,
We have a
good.
great bond rating.
Yeah, good.
Treasurer Ferrari, Clerk Wright, and myself review that. We look down there and we see where we're at with our bonds, our balances in our fund accounts. We have an emergency fund at the county in case something breaks.
right.
And we have a reserve fund here for, again, the water, to bring our water system up to speed, and our sewer repairs for emergency sewer repairs.
And so the funds that people pay for that water system, that's all they can be used on, right?
That's it.
Yep, good.
You can't take any money out of there and
buy
put it anywhere
property
else.
yeah,
And
right.
we can't, it's all accounted for.
Right.
As you know, our audit was presented at the last Township Board meeting. Rain Admins came in from PLL&Z, and our auditing firm gave us a perfect rating on our audit.
A+.
So our funds are being spent correctly,
Nicely.
and we're investing them correctly.
Beautiful.
Yes.
Okay, what's
Yes.
next? What else can we expect coming up?
What else can we expect? We are working still on our sanitary sewer line to the north,
Oh, yeah.
providing a much needed protection of watershed. Oxford, I said before, is the headwaters of the Paint Creek, headwaters of the Clinton River,
Right.
headwaters of the Flint River. I mean, we provide north of Oakwood Road goes north.
Yeah.
Everything else comes south.
Isn't that fun?
Yeah. Hummer Lake and Baldwin Road, the water that comes out of that Elks View area,
Yeah.
that's the start of the Paint Creek.
Isn't that
So
something?
we have to do things downstream to protect it.
Sure.
While Macomb, Wayne, Livingston are working north, we're working south. We have to get communities that have poor septics. We have to get businesses that are on septic onto the sewer system to protect the
The
headwaters.
lakes and the aquifers that we have underneath Oxford is just incredible.
The aquifers in Oxford are incredible.
Yeah.
We have 4 monitoring stations where quarterly we
Very
go
good.
out.
Yeah.
We monitor the well for VOCs, volatile organic compounds.
Yeah.
We make sure there's none of that in the water
Good.
to protect our wells,
Sure.
plus protect the water from flowing downstream.
Especially with the industry that we do have in the north area of Oxford. It's really good that you're keeping an eye on it that closely.
Yeah, we have a lot of industry, investment casting, machining. A lot of them do extreme amounts of work for the federal government in military and
Sure.
even the consumer goods, machine shops. Well, Barron
As
Industries.
we just learned this week, right?
Yeah,
that they
Barron
do.
Industries, 100
beautiful.
years. And they build, I don't know, umpteen parts for the Stryker vehicle. They had one there, and
NASA.
Bruce Barron was pointing out, we do this, we do this, we do this. And the integrity in those systems, like the Stryker, have to be 1,000%
Yeah.
to function.
Yeah.
Yep, so
That's pretty incredible.
it
That
is an
was fun.
incredible
We did a
industry to
special on
watch.
that too. So if you want
Exactly.
to see it, watch OCTV.
You're right, they were
I'll give
there.
them a plug in there.
Our
It was
Oakland County
fabulous.
Sheriff was there, and officer was learning a lot about all the things that, I didn't know they did that in there. And
I didn't either.
we talked to them, exactly. So we're working hard.
Yeah.
My next meeting, we are reviewing the build out of the sheriff's substation below.
Yeah.
With the growth in Oxford, with the amount of citizens we have here, there is FBI data and SEMCOG data that shows numbers of officers per capita.
Okay. Wow.
So our review indicates we have to have a few more officers. Our substation needs to be built out, locker rooms, toilets, things
Sure.
like that, to allow the growth. We're looking at 3 new sheriff's deputies, bringing the total
That's
to 24,
fabulous.
servicing the 36 square miles in Oxford.
Now, will you have to build onto the building, or is there space down there already that you can modify?
No, there's space down there we can
Very
modify. We have 3 storage rooms that are of great
That's what I
size.
thought, yeah.
Some of these things we don't have to store anymore due to electronic imaging. And we have the area that we added on for our township boardroom. The basement below is what
right.
we're going to move some of that storage in, and absentee ballot counting. So
Very nice. Yeah.
we're prepared for this move. 10 years from now, there may be some addition, if you will.
There's plenty of space for it out here, that's for sure.
We have the dirt.
And
we
then
do
the
have
Pocket
dirt.
Park, we'll talk about that real quick. That's
Oh.
almost done.
Pocket Park should have the mulch or the media for the floor down on July the 3rd. I know CJ's going to be
That's his
working that
baby,
day
I
to
know.
watch it. That's his baby.
Yeah.
He garnered all of the funds for the park either through contributions or grants.
Isn't that something?
So exactly, it's a 2,200 square foot park where our 5-mile
area.
safety path circle
Yeah.
is served. People are looking at it daily, going, "Oh my goodness, look at that! It's
How
coming!"
fun, yeah.
We have moms and dads walking every
Yeah.
day, grandmas and grandpas,
Sure.
and kids on bikes. So it'll be a welcomed addition for a rest
Nice little
stop.
rest
and
area, right.
Yeah.
Not to mention that brings awareness of the township building here
yes,
too to people, new people in the area. I see CJ's photos every day on Facebook of people moving into this area, and
We
they
do-
want to get to know it, and this is a great place to do that.
We do, the Chamber of Commerce provides goodie bags for all new
Yeah.
residents. So anytime one comes to the counter, CJ jumps up and tries to snap a photo,
Fabulous.
put it on social media,
Yeah.
Facebook, Instagram. That way they get to welcome into the community
Yeah.
and have an opportunity
That's
to
sweet.
just ask a question of us. Because we talk to a lot of them when they come in.
Good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you guys are so approachable. And
Well-
then Taco Bell's almost done.
Taco Bell should be
Any
completed
holdups?
in July.
Okay.
They are holding job fairs.
Oh, fabulous.
So we're going to look at many opportunities for employment,
For kids.
starting jobs and,
Yeah.
and career jobs
Yeah,
at
right.
Taco Bell. So they're working feverishly to get that done.
Anything else in the works of new buildings, new businesses coming in? Or can
Well-
we talk about that yet?
We could talk about it. We have a proposal right now for Oxford Hills Golf Course.
Nice.
It is under contract, letter of intent right now. A lot of work needs to be done. It will not proceed until we get the proper water, the proper sewage, the proper ingress and egress. So there's a lot of work to do. Nothing before 2025, probably in 2026. but work has started, talking with engineers, talking with WRC, the Water Resources Commission, and Michigan Department of Transportation.
And that would still be a golf course or something
no.
different? Okay.
That is
Surprise.
being proposed.
Okay.
It is a surprise.
Believe it.
For a development of homes and
Wow.
condos.
Wow.
So
Okay.
the area is growing.
Sure is.
And it cannot grow until we are insured our infrastructure can handle everything, and that's exactly where the developer knows it is. And in their proposal, they know that we need water, they know that we need sewer, and they know that they're going to have to contribute to make it right for the community, or we're not even going to consider it.
How
So,
will that impact M24?
well,
Is there plans in the work with MDOT that they can widen that, or is there somewhere else we can go with 24? Because that does back up every day.
I don't
Good
have that
question.
answer.
Okay. That's in the future, I know anyhow, but
It is in the future. MDOT does have a plan. They don't always share it with us
Yeah, thank you.
because federal funds are
Right.
they're very flexible, if you will,
right.
and MDOT gets
Yeah.
something earmarked, and then an emergency
it
comes
happen.
up
Yeah.
and they change it.
yep, it does happen.
Just like we had M24 to the north was going to be rebuilt from Harriet all the way to the county line,
yeah.
and that program was postponed another 2 years. So, we can't count or
No, right.
every
And that
time we
makes
do.
sense. That is definitely a federally funded, all those are federally
Yes.
funded projects.
Yes, it is.
And they do change depending on who's in administration even. So,
Exactly.
Yeah, I get it. You can't count
And
on
it's
it.
not always what we
It's not up
want,
to
it's
you.
what they'll do because
Yeah.
it is not up
Right.
to us, it's up to their own studies.
Yes, agreed.
So we're at their mercy.
Well, a lot of cool updates, Jack.
We
Thank
are
you.
we are trying to keep everything moving forward. We're banging up
that.
against other communities.
Mm-hmm.
Other communities were also allocated ARPA funds for
Yeah, right. Mm-hmm.
the COVID relief and getting infrastructure things back. So our environmental Great Lakes and energy permits are being held up.
Mm-hmm.
Our MDOT permits are being held up. The WRC, we are a pilot program with them to ensure our programs are moving along at the pace that they feel good.
Good.
A 4-week program is now in a lot of communities out to 8 weeks. Ours is being watched and tracked to see what they can help other communities, but they're not holding us up at this time.
Nice.
So we work with them,
Bravo.
keeping us in the forefront, and it's challenging because everybody is fighting for the same thing.
Sure. That's
Yes.
why you're in here at 6 o'clock or 5:30.
6:15 today.
a.m.
Yes.
Yeah, a little later today.
Yeah, a little later.
Knowing you.
Yeah, a little later today. But, our office is always open. I try to be here as much as possible. I meet with residents daily. They'll pop in. They'll call and make an appointment.
good.
We were going to try and do a meet with the supervisor, but then you get a room full of people that are all wanting something, and it doesn't pertain to someone else. So
And
they
you
don't
don't
get
have
the
that
time.
one-on-one,
Don't
right.
have that one-on-one,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah, right. And it's rare for a community, for people to feel welcome enough to just be able to pop in and say, hey, this is one of my
Exactly.
concerns.
Yeah, I
I don't
can't-
see that in a lot of communities.
No, and I can't get on social media and start responding to.
Oh, yeah, please don't.
No, please don't is the
Yeah.
right word.
Yeah.
If you want to have a conversation, a constructive conversation, you could talk about something I may not agree with. I'm not going to argue with you. We're going to talk facts and data, and we're going to come to an agreement that either we're going to agree to agree or agree not to agree.
disagree, right.
And you know what? I'm just a watcher of the money, a watcher of the things that have to get done, but I'm also a barrier breaker. I try to get the right things done at the right time.
Or connect the right people.
Connect the right people.
Thanks for doing your job.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you, Teri.
And beyond.
Oh, yes, and beyond.